is the Amazing Beer Drinking Man, and today we are doing Shipyard Brewing Pumpkinhead Ale. This is our second viewer requested review. Jeff Croto, a good friend of mine, asked me to go ahead and do this. This is his favorite beer, so we said we'd give it a try. If you've been reading my blog, you'll know that one of the two beers I always say I could never finish was a pumpkin ale, so this is a big leap of faith for me. Shipyard Brewing is from Portland, Maine. They've been around since 1994. They are the 15th largest microbrewery in the U.S. and third largest in New England, where I live, behind Harpoon and Boston Brew Company, which I love Boston Brew Company. This is done as a wheat ale. It does have two other types of barley malts in it and then some wheat malt. It is... Oh, they use two different types of hops on it. They use a Hallertau hop or Hallertau hop, which is one of the noble hops, and then they use a Willamette, which is an American hop. It is 5.1 ABV, and they use a top fermenting English yeast, which would make it an ale, obviously. Let's give it a crack and see what we got. We've got a very nice head on this thing, a bright white head. It's not a very dark head at all. It is very golden. In fact, I'm a little lighter than I would expect on an ale. This must be a pale ale. It's probably the wheat doing that for us. I smell the malt. Oh, there's definitely some spice in there. The cinnamon or ginger, I'm not sure. A little bit of hop. I get just a little bit of hop fruit flavor. Let's give it a try and see what we got. Very interesting. We'll try this one again. It's fairly sweet. You do definitely taste the pumpkin in it. It's got a light mouthfeel. It's not a real creamy or heavy type beer. You do get some nice hop bitterness at the end. And the aftertaste is that you're still going to get a little bit of the pumpkin. We see we're losing our head rapidly on this. So you get the bitter from the hop. You do get in the middle a taste of cinnamon, nutmeg, and then you do get the pumpkin taste afterwards. So it definitely is well-named beer. The pumpkin definitely comes through. It's not an overpowering pumpkin. I would say this is a bit of a specialty beer. It's not a year-round type beer, obviously. They don't brew it year-round, but it's not a beer that you're going to want to drink. You wouldn't want to drink every day. It's not a beer if you've been out in the woods all day chopping down trees, you come in, this is what you'd want. But it definitely has its place. It's not an undrinkable beer like the last pumpkin I had. I would probably give it 3 caps up, which I think for the style of beer is a good rating. 3 caps would be a strong rating for this. Obviously, after a meal, I think it would be a great beer for a dessert beer. It would also be a good beer for maybe a light conversation type thing. You know, maybe a group of friends were getting together, you're going to have a couple of drinks before you actually went out and did something else. It would be a good beer for that. But I could see around with a couple of friends having a few of these and then moving on to something else a little more substantial. Until next time, this is the Amazing Beer Drinking Man.